Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's been a few moments, after I did upload my last video. So I was busy making a Lepic build because I was farming him, and I finally finished making him. I was testing him out a little bit before I made the video. So I saw a couple of Lepic guilds online, and I have used them for reference, but they lack survivability a lot. They lack the survivability aspect. Like in higher end bosses, if you get shot, if you have a lot of shield, you can still abuse the shield getting mechanic. Not abuse, to be honest, but you get saved somewhat. You get somewhat of a safety net like Warframe gives you for shield getting. So once your shields break, you will have a few seconds of invulnerability, and during that time you won't take damage, and then you start taking damage again. But that only happens if you go from full shield to zero shield. So I have yet to figure out the entire timing for the thing, but it happens. You will realize if you start watching. But anyway, so I made this build. I tested it out on every single boss, on hard mode, of course. So it is working. It has survivability. The only thing I'm lacking a little bit right now is like the damage, but it might be because of the reactor, to be honest with you. Okay, so let me show you. This is my Lepic build.
This operation,
it took 7 catalysts, as you can see. You see here, right? It's like 7 catalysts. So I have been using a purple reactor with them. So what the purple reactor lacks is like 20% of the damage which the gold reactor has, right? So it is lacking that much. And as you can see, I'm using a crit rate with colossal. So why do you need crit rate? Like, I have seen every single video suggesting you to go for more crit damage, right? Everybody using crit damage and colossal. Well, if you look at my build, you'll see it's similar to those builds you see online. Everything is almost the same. I have I have given a little bit survivability here. People are making glass cannon. I saw this mod. This is a good mod that some builds were using, which gives duration. Duration is very important for Lepic, and this one, it actually gives you more skill power modifier. The build already has a lot of modifiers like technician, it just adds on to it. More modifiers is not bad, because see this, the numbers are not that huge. Like if you go and check, like what you need really for a build to work perfectly is you have to check what the modifiers are of the ability you are using it on. So here you can see it's 2000. It was 2760 in the base, but now it's 2823. It's not huge. Yeah, but are we also not considering this thing, which also increases power and stuff? But I am just saying, modifier just increases the times damage. You see the skill power times 2000 something percent. That is what the modifier is increasing. And if you increase your skill power, it increases the base skill power. Then it is multiplied to your modifier. Okay, so skill power is also important, but modifiers are also important. If your modifier is too high, then you should only mostly focus on raising your skill power. Then it will increase your damage more. Because if your base number is small, the multiplier can't multiply to a higher extent. You understand? So that is the main prefix. So now the thing is, everybody knows this. Everybody who's searching for a new Lepic build and everything, everybody knows this. You need this mod. this is what gives you range and skill power. But I see many people just not going for range thing at all. To proc this, you just basically need to get a weapon out, reload it, and then press your 2 and then press your 4, and then you start shooting. When as this buff is active, the reload buff, which increases the range, your initial shots, which whatever you fire, it will have an increased range. The circle will be huge, but once that buff goes away, it will go back to being the same thing. The damage will be there, the skill power damage will always be there, but the range, it will go away. Okay, so now I think I can get a little bit more damage on him if I get gold rolls. I am unfortunate, enough. I don't have gold rolls, so I was farming, but I failed. Like before the Valve run was nerfed, I forgot to, I was farming for this guy, making him up, so I didn't get time to farm his reactors. So I don't have a gold reactor, which is good. I deleted most of them because they were shit. So anyway, so if you see, every single Lepic build will have a lot of similarities because the base build never changes. Okay, see, everybody will be using fire specialist, dangerous ambush is a must. Crit 4 crit mods will be always there. This is the crit one, this was the crit one, this is the crit one, this was crit one, right? 4 crit mods which will give you 207. Nobody can change these things. These are like basic things. Only things you can do is like you can increase survivability, you can decrease survivability. There's nothing else to change in the build. Like literally we can't do anything here. So that's it. And technician is using skill power modifier. And as I am using iron defense, if you like being a little bit more safe, I like being safe. Like I don't like being a glass cannon, and sometimes if you die, you fall down and you become a burden to the team sometimes. So I don't like being that, so I increase defense. So if you want to be like me, you can. Otherwise you can go with what is it? Where is it? You can go with MP accelerate, See, max this mod also. This gives duration. Duration is very important. Like very good slot. Like stat to have an Lepic, so you won't be missing out on anything. But I like defense. Like it makes me able to take a little bit more hits. Not bad at all. So if you want that, you can do that. Okay, so it's up to you. I don't recommend you changing this HP one, basically because it gives you duration. I don't really recommend you. At least you will be able to tank some hits. Not all hits, but yeah, some hits. So I don't recommend you removing the HP one, but you can remove this if you really want. Because as per when you're farming the Slayer set bonus, okay, this is also a must because I'll tell you once. But let me complete. The thing is, the Slayer set bonus is very much important because if you see the 4 set bonus, the skill cost it's increasing and we don't really care about that too much. Okay, but you see it's giving me skill power. It's not skill power modifier, it's skill power. This is increasing the base skill power. You understand? Like these are all, see, skill power modifier. These are modifier means the multiplier, and power is the base power. Okay, so that's why it is very much important that we need this, because we don't really have skill power in our kit. We don't really have a skill power in our kit because we are all maximizing the multipliers here. If you see, right, 50.8% modifier is the multiplier, not the base part. So anyway, if you can increase the base number, then it will increase, and then the multiplier, if you multiply it with it, then the overall output will also increase, right? So that is it. So here basically you need max MP. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that who is building Lepic. You need a max MP. I don't have anything, unfortunately, but other than that, not really too much. Like here you should always get MP recovery out of combat. This is very helpful. Other than that, just get some resist and defense stats and stuff if you want. I'm currently sitting on 20k defense, 9720 shield and 4000 HP, as you can see. and my max MP is 372. Now let's go for the reactor. The reactor has a crit rate of 27.7% and colossal damage. Now the thing is, with this colossal damage, okay, when you're using Lepic for boss, if you're using him only for bosses, this is good. This is very good because it only increases the base damage of your like you see the skill power, you see the number there, it increases the number by the 2287.71. That is the amount it increases it by, you know, when you're attacking a colossal, basically the boss. So when you're attacking the boss, then it increases the base numbers and then it, you know, goes to the multipliers and gives the damage. So if you're using it in a boss, if you're using to kill bosses, it's fine. If you want to use it for some other purpose, I'll suggest going for a tech bonus. You see this? Like this also has crit rate, skill crit rate and tech bonus. See, it's giving me 1300, 1003, 1300, yeah, whatever it is. So it's giving me 1300, right? You see? So it's increasing the number. Here it is visible, here it is not visible because this has a condition to it. Then it will add, otherwise it won't. And this is always there, always. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I have another one here with crit damage. I tested things out with crit damage too. I don't really think it's worth it, to be honest. Now let me show you why. You saw I have 207 and 207 crit rate and crit damage, right? So what this 207 gives me is, if I remove this, I can't remove this shit. Okay. Yeah, I'll just put this. Okay. This has no crit stats. Okay. So I'll just put this on. So what this gives me is, if I go to the numbers, it gives me 46% crit rate. Yeah. And 4 times damage multiplier. That is what you will get. This is the base number. What you're going to get. This is how it's going to be. You just put the mods in, you catalyzed everything. This is what you will be getting. Like, that's all. This number will be same for everybody. The skill power number might change because it depends on your reactor. But these both numbers will be same because there is no changing it. That is what the base stats is. These base stats of his are. Okay. So now if I put my reactor, which has the crit rate. Okay, let me build the Colossi, right? Colossi. See, it has the fire, it has the tech. That is how you need. And then it has crit rate now. So now let's see the stats again. It jumps up to 50%. See, the crit damage is always there. The crit damage is always there. And it's 4 times already. Whenever it crits, it gives 4 times. I think crit rate is better. I think. Because if you crit 50% of the time, then I think it will give more better output towards the damage output. Like, I did not face a lot of issues using this build. I have yet to complete Molten Fortress, but Molten Fortress I'm just not being able to complete because like the people don't know what the mechanic is. I don't know how they fuck up the pole all the time. I have no idea. It's the easiest thing to do. Just build a little bit survivability and go and ham. Like, you just switch the poles to one direction, generally it's towards the right, and that's it. Protect the poles from, you know, the meteors which will fall on it. That's all it is. Not rocket science, man. I don't understand what happens. Anyway, so Molten Fortress, what I did was I used my ult. He's very strong, by the way, against fire. So I used it on Molten Fortress and I just ulted on him and the entire phase just ended instantly. Like, he went to his immune state. Like, it's that fast. And as I'm critting 50% of the time, I am getting more damage. I think so. Like, if I put a crit damage reactor, like, people would want to know, right? You would want to know before you go, you know, with my suggestion, right? So here's a crit damage one. See, I put it on. Now if I go and see, crit rate is 46, but my crit damage is increased by 4.42. The crit damage is fine. The crit damage is fine. People are saying that you need more crit damage, but really though, like if I put crit damage on, the crit damage multiplier is going high. See, it was 4.0 before, it's 4.42 now. It is high, but my crit rate is also suffering here, right? So I don't really want to do that. It's better for me to crit 50% of the time and do 4 times damage than like risk it for 4.42 damage. You know, I like consistency more. So it's your preference. You can do whatever you want, whatever you feel is right for you. Test it out, and then you can decide on what you want to go for. I like crit on my builds. You know, when I hit enemies, it crits. I like that. It's already doing 4 times the damage. I don't think you need more. Like if I get a gold reactor, I think it will be better. Like it will be 20%. It will give me 20% more damage. So everybody does recommend to get a gold reactor, which I don't have, unfortunately. But if I get my hands on it, then I'll update the build, and that's it. The build is generally the same. Every Lepic build you have seen will all have the general same build. This is a little bit modified. I have just changed these 2 slots. You only have the flexibility to change these 2 slots most of the time. So I don't think there is much like you can do here in the entire build. You can't do really anything. Dangerous ambush is very much required. It will increase the skill power. It is very good. It does a lot of damage. It amounts to a lot of damage because it's increasing a base number, and then your multiplier is hitting it the base number with it, and it's producing a huge amount of damage. So you see. Anyway guys, by the way, one more thing I forgot to say. It is like you need this mod. I was reading some comment earlier and it said to use this mod. I tested it out and it works. You need this and a fire rate mod. You need these both mods. You don't need anything else. Basically, when you go to the ultimate, it actually considers the Lepic ultimate as a weapon. So I think that is the reason you're getting these how to say, buffs. Otherwise I don't know if it's intended. I don't think it is. So I think it might get patched. I'm not too sure. But if it doesn't, it is the way to go. And more fire rate is always welcomed on Tamer, so not a bad thing to do if you really want to. So this mod is very much required. Okay. This mod alone will help you shoot your ultimate orbs very fast, very fast. Okay. And the fire rate mod is also required. So I can show you the testing. Okay, if I go to the fire range, I can show you what it's coming up to. Okay, I can do that. Oh, I can just go and start beating bosses also, but you know, I don't want to do it in this video. I'll upload a separate video later if you guys really want it, because most of the people are showing the bosses. So it is what it is. You guys get the general build. Like every single build will look like this only. There is nothing to change here, you know. Like you can go for more less defense, less survivability, and then you can get a little bit more damage, but it's not going to be much, to be honest. So how you use this build is very simple. You shoot. Okay, you see, I shot, I reload, I press C, I press Z, I dodge roll. See, all the 4 buffs are here, and then I start shooting. See, the fire rate will ramp up now. Yep. That's all it is. It's critting a little bit more. It's like 180 crit and stuff. like it is generally enough to kill the boss. Like in Frostwalker, if you I've seen the videos of Frostwalker being soloed, right? It is very niche conditions. It's not realistic. Like, see, I'm lacking 20% damage here, but as for my testing results, okay, like to kill him in like one shot or two shot, you can't one shot him most probably. Okay, you can't, because he has huge HP and it is being done on a public lobby, so you cannot one shot him. But you know, when in my testing, I in one phase, I got him down to 75 HP. That is the, and when then I go and wipe myself, like I kill myself, then after that I respawn and then I go again, and when his weak points are broken, he's in the vulnerable state, I start shooting him again and he's dead most of the time. Now if there is some random person who shoots him during the normal phase, like not shooting his weak points, it will amount to his rage meter going full, and you will do less damage because he gets immune when the rage meter is full. So those are variables you have to understand. We can't do anything there, right? So let me show you again. Like, why am I reloading? Like most of the people, you will see that they do this. They do the second ability, the fourth ability, and they start shooting. Okay, right? You can also do that. You see, the buff is always there. Okay, but you don't get the range on the initial hit. You don't get the range on the initial hit. Okay. Like, see the buff, you see the weapon change thing is there. So if I shoot and reload, you'll see it's the same icon. Yeah, so 1 second. By the way, with this mod, you will not have the range issue anymore, because what it does is it gives you always like 45% range increase. That's huge. Like, and Frostwalker, it just melts people. Like 45 range is huge. Like even if you hit his leg or something and he's trying to run away, he will still take damage for a significant amount of time, right? So what I generally do is I'll tell you all to do the same. Like, you shoot some bullets, you reload, you press C, you press Z, dodge roll, start shooting. That's it. That's it. Now the thing is, as we are shooting so many shots, the thing is this, you see the duration, it runs out. Okay, so what some people are doing is like they are doing this. What they're doing is they are getting MP accelerant, which gives you more duration, right? I'll save it. Now see, it goes to 8 seconds instead of 7. So the entire time you will have the buff. You getting like a 1 second extra of damage. Like 1 second extra does count. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't. So 1 second extra doesn't count. So you can play it like this. But if I use that MP accelerant, see my defense is down to 10,000. I have no defense basically. Basically no defense. Like if I get some hits, I will die most probably. So I don't really like using that. You're sacrificing 1 second. See? These are the numbers which fit normally. Now I am still lacking, and you see the number have gone low because I was sitting around 179k. It's really coming to 168 just because I've removed ironclad defense. Ironclad defense gives me more skill modifier, so it increases my multiplier so that I do more damage. You see this? 65%, 63%. I get 50% from here, and the rest is coming from iron clad defense. So my numbers are not hitting much higher. You understand? That's the main thing. Yep. The initial hit when you will be doing, it will give you the range thing after you reload the gun. I'll suggest something which is very fast to reload. So you have to understand if you get it or not. Like, I'm using tamer because I have only built this yet. I have yet to build a proper gun. That is the reason I made Lepic, Ultimate Lepic, so that I can at least do the whole hard bosses and whatever Descendant I want to farm, I can get it done. You know, I don't have to spend my resources and a lot of time on making a weapon right now, because which I don't want to do. Like now the tamer is getting dethroned, right? With what is that? What is the gun? 1 second. What is that gun? Enduring Legacy. It is getting dethroned by Enduring Legacy because it has his base stats are very high, and you see it has critical rare chance of 20, which is very much respectable. You can build this gun for crit. The crit damage is also not bad. You know, weak point is not good, but the critical hit rate and critical hit damage is good enough so that you can consider this weapon. You know. So that is what I'm saying. Like, it gets dethroned. Like, if you go and invest on some type of weapon, like maximum, like full thing, you will be using it because you are obligated to use it. But if you don't build a weapon, you can just use the weapon which is like getting out, because testing takes time. You know, testing takes a lot of time, and people play, they change, they find something better always. You know, that's how it goes. So that's what I wanted to say, guys. Just farm Pyromaniac. You'll get this set from Pyromaniac, and other than that, the reactor thing, you guys can test it out and get a gold one. If that helps, then please let me know. Like, I still prefer crit rate over crit damage, so that's it. For normal content, I generally switch over to the tech one. You see this tech boost, tech skill power boost ratio, I generally switch over to this one. But normally when I'm fighting bosses, I switch over to this one. The colossal damage is like I guess it's okay, you know. So it increases my base number, so that is the reason I switch it over. That is that. So anyway, guys, took seven catalysts. So before you try to invest and stuff, just make sure that you have enough resources. Ultimate Lepic comes with three catalysts already, so I had to put 7 more so that it fit into the build entirely fit into it. I only left this out because you should never forma this slot, like never catalyze this slot, never ever. So never listen to someone who tells you to catalyze this. Don't do that, it's dumb. Other than that, everything is the same. You see, everything else is catalyzed, as you can see. So that is going to be it. Like, if you guys want to see the boss damage for my build, I can make a separate video in the future if you guys want. Currently I am killing, like, I have already killed all the bosses, like, except Molten Fortress. I'll show you. Like, everything is going down very fast, and the first 3 bosses are just very easy, like very easy. Like, there is no question in my mind. Like, everybody has already completed it, so not a big deal, you know.
Ready to undertake.
So you can see these are all very easy. Storm Mockard is also very easy. These I think Obstructor, Force Stalker, and Molten Fortress requires like a public one. You can't do it solo. So if we could do it solo, I'm pretty sure Force Stalker would get one shot. Molten Fortress, I don't think solo will be difficult because of the tower thing. The stun mechanic for this boss, it will be difficult. Other than that, these 3 bosses are relatively easy. You don't have to worry about too much. If you use my build, you can like get obstructed to his rage mode, and he will be pretty much, you know, almost dead all the time. And Frostwalker like 75% HP left. Like these are all 4 mans. Like we can't do anything there, right? I've currently not yet defeated this guy, so I have to do that. Like once I get a team who knows what to do, then only. Currently, I'm not in a hurry too much, so that's that. And yeah, that's it. So hope you guys liked it, and if you guys really want another build or like boss damage comparison, so you could tell me. I'll do it. Okay, then bye bye guys. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.